You can use some exotic booze, and there's a bar far on the bay. Come and fly with me. Let's fly away. Come fly with me. Let's fly away.
Aircraft Flight 623, departing at 1:52 for London, England, is now boarding at Gate 9. Aircraft Flight 623, now boarding at Gate 9.
Oh my goodness, that's us. That's our flight.
Did he say gate 19?
No, he said gate 9 and it's boarding now. Come on, you lot. We're supposed to be down at gate 9.
But where is gate 9?
Don't ask me. Have you seen a sign?
No, but I'm not that very religious.
Oh,
Gate 9 at 11:52. We're coming through. Got a gate to fly into the blue. Gate 9 at 11:52. Soon be over what's on in the view. What's in store there all news review? Got our passports, travel checks. Got our cameras hung around our necks. Got our maps and tickets too. Got a books filled with things to do. Gate 9 at 11:52. Look at London, Rome, and Paris too. Can't believe we're on our way to you. Gate 9 at 11:52. 3 whole weeks of seeing something new. Deal with things we never thought we'd do. Gate 9, look out, we're coming through. Got a gate to fly into the blue. It's a dream that's finally coming true. Gate 9.
To call themselves a bookstore. Nothing but trashy novels and lurid magazines. I can't understand why the reading public puts up with that sort of thing.
I suspect the reading public likes trashy novels and lurid magazines.
Well, they didn't carry one of the books that I asked for.
Honestly, William, you asked for the Oxford English Dictionary and a copy of Shakespeare's Macbeth.
Did you find that odd?
Increasingly, no. Now, where have that Spencer House collection gone to?
I really couldn't say. I suppose it could be in the restaurant.
Oh, no, not again since we got here. They must have each gained 20 pounds of Tim Hortons donuts. And why in heaven did we come to the airport 4 hours before the flight?
Now, Emily, you can't be too careful when you're flying overseas. They might have changed our departure time.
Honestly, William, have you ever heard of an airplane leaving ahead of time?
All the same, when you're traveling with seniors, it pays to be careful.
I agree, but we don't seem to be traveling with seniors, do we? Now come on, we've got to find them quickly. It's probably time to board.
This is the final boarding call for Flight 623 to London, England, departing at Gate 9. All passengers should be aboard.
Good Lord, we're about to miss our flight.
Not if we run, we won't.
But Emily, why not the seniors?
Well, I just hope that they have more sense than us and they're already on board.
But Emily,
William W. Wellington, if we miss this flight, and I miss the only chance that I have of seeing a part of the world that isn't Nova Scotia, I'll never speak to you again. Come on!
Here we are, way up high.
Welcome to our Canada Flight 623 to London, England.
Are you sure that meant to fly?
We'll be traveling at the speed of about 900 kilometers an hour.
No, of course we're not afraid.
At an altitude of approximately 37,000 feet.
Even though our wheels are gay, there and down beyond London bound. Please keep us safe until we touch the ground. And we fly above what we're thinking of is the ocean far below. Keep us in the sky, keep us high and dry, for we're surely not going to know where Canada comes, flying through the blue. Don't let us down, we beg you, till our fight is through. Where Canada, we place our trust.
I can see the rudder! I'm never learned to swim!
Ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to London Heathrow Airport. Please keep your seatbelt fastened until the plane comes to a complete stop at the gate.
Now I ask you, where did they get that bus? We were promised up-to-date transportation.
Well, maybe the date was 1930.
All right, everyone. Now, be sure to bring all of your luggage in with you. You can come in, but bring your luggage with you.
Yeah, we're coming.
Come on. This is where we're going to be staying, and we're going to be here for 3 whole days.
That's bad news. I only got enough free powder for 2 days.
I thought this was supposed to be a 3-star hotel.
But Signora, this is a 3-star hotel. I know this for a fact because I awarded them myself. And I put them in the wall inside.
It's Senorita, actually. And who are you, if you don't mind me asking?
I am Jose. And I have the honor to be representing the travel agency that has deranged your 5-country tour. I will be your guide, and I will be constantly in close touch with you. You won't notice.
Never mind the close touch. I'd like to know why you weren't there to meet us at the airport.
My sincere apologies, Senor, but I was so excited to prepare your accommodation to be perfectos imposible that I remained here at the hotel supervising the operations.
Well, I'm glad to hear that, but...
The manager of the hotel, my cousin Pedro, is at the moment indisposed, but I would be more than glad to represent him for scrutinizing your registration.
Oh, you want us to sign in?
Exactamente. So, if you will be so graceful as to pen your names and those of all your troopers.
Well, it's not as obvious as before, is it?
What is this about?
It's a hotel, I think.
Well, I think this is a hotel.
Right. Do you know the best part?
There is a best part.
We're just a couple of doors down from the nightclub where Cliff Richard made his very first professional performance.
Cliff who?
Cliff Richard, come on, you know. We're all going on a summer holiday.
Wasn't he one of the Beatles?
He was before the Beatles.
All right, everyone. The elevator seems to have developed some sort of technical problem, so we'll use the staircase. So let's all go upstairs and find our rooms.
It shouldn't be difficult. We've been given a map.
And tomorrow, bright and early, we'll begin exploring old London town.
Oh, yay! That sounds better than this hotel.
Here we all are, together. Isn't this a wonderful place to be? We can ignore the weather. Everyone says it'll clear by 3. Walk a bit, look a bit, read a bit, look a bit. What a great lot there is to see. Learn a bit, recall a bit, cut a bit, all of it in the few days that we have free.
Mr. Wellington, is that 40 piece of stone Cleopatra's Needle?
Why, yes, it is, Ethel.
But it must be 69 feet high.
So, I guess so. Then I'd really hate to see her sewing machine. Yeah.
69.
Yeah.
Here we all are, excited. Think of all the things that went on here. This is where so-and-so got knighted. This is where famous guys drank beer. Walk a bit, look a bit, read a bit, talk a bit. See that old building over there. Learn a bit, recall a bit, count a bit, all of it in the few days that you have to spare.
Miss Caldwell, what's the matter with the guys at Buckingham Palace?
Well, a problem? No, I don't think there is a problem. We're nothing, Prunella.
Well, if there's nothing wrong with them, why do they keep changing them all the time?
Here we are.
For a souvenir. Gotta get lots of postcards proving that we really paid a visit here. Learn a bit, call a bit, photographing all of it, quickly before the sunlight's gone. Walk a bit, crawl a bit, fun a bit, all of it in a few days, and then we're gone.
Well, that's that. Everyone's safely tucked up for the night.
Any problems at all?
No. Although I did catch Sam trying to get into Brunella's room again. This is for the second night in a row.
Disgusting.
Oh, I think it's kind of sweet. Oh, and Connie is hatching up some plan to go and visit that nightclub up the street, the one where Cliff Richard got his start.
Still gaga over a pop singer at her age.
Haven't you ever been a fan of someone in the popular music scene?
Does Michael Bublé count? At least the songs he performs aren't full of grammatical errors and vulgar slang.
Grammatical errors? Oh. Honestly, William, I know you're a professor of linguistics, but do you ever think of anything else but the English language?
Of course I do. I think about you, don't you?
Well, sometimes I wonder. On the flight from Canada, you spent most of the time checking the punctuation on the emergency card.
You know how important I think it is to have good examples of English in public places.
Oh, then you'll have your work cut out for you on the walls of the second floor toilet.
I can only imagine. Can we change the subject?
Sure. And let's change it over a drink, Ira.
A drink? Really, Emily, I don't think that would be wise. After all, we have our positions on the Spencer House board to think of.
Oh, well, we can talk about positions later. Honestly, William, what is worrying you? Is it the drink or my room?
Well,
William W. Wellington. Incidentally, what does that middle W stand for anyway?
Wordsworth.
Why doesn't that surprise me? William Wordsworth Wellington. Now, let me say this. You listen to me. The only reason I came on this trip is to be with you. And if the only time I get to spend time with you is when there are a whole lot of senior citizens hanging around, well, I might as well take the next plane home. We should stroll hand in hand along the Thames, or dancing at the Ritz, or admiring the nightingales in Berkeley Square, or something. Not sitting around a seedy hotel room waiting for a bunch of wild and crazy pensioners to get drowsy.
Emily, this trip wasn't supposed to be, well, romantic.
Oh no? Try telling that to Sam and Prunella.
And even if I was feeling, well, romantic, on this trip there isn't very much I can do about it.
On this trip, you never do anything about it. In the 16 months that we've been going out together, you kissed me exactly 8 times, and 2 of those were on the cheek.
Realize you were keeping count.
Well, maybe I'll stop when I run out of fingers.
But you know how I feel about you, Emily.
Do I? It would be nice to hear you tell me once in a while. Now, you've been talking about marriage for the last month, but you have never said, well, you've never said that you loved me.
Oh, well, now, that is an entirely different matter.
Different? How different?
It has to do with the way people insist on abusing the English language. I should have explained it earlier, but it's really very simple. I haven't said what you want me to say because of linguistic principles.
What?
As I said, it has to do with the way people insist on abusing the English language.
I can't believe I'm hearing this.
And try to understand. It's not that I don't care for you. It's just that the word love, it just isn't good enough.
It's good enough for me.
Don't you see, it's nothing but a cliche. We need a new word for love. The old one's past its prime. It's kicked around by everyone. You hear it all the time. I love this house, I love this chair, I love the way you've done your hair. To say how much I really care, if love would be a crime, we need a new word for love. The old one doesn't make it. You hear it used so often now, you don't know how to take it. We say I love those macaroons, I love those Mickey Mouse cartoons, and then appear complete buffoons by saying I love you. Once upon a time we knew how to whisper I love you and really mean it. Nowadays we love the gel that scrubs the bathroom bowl so well. Each time we clean it, new word for love. The old ones, hard and flat, for love it seems gets muttered at the drum of every hat. I'd love to dance, I'd love a beer, I'd love to visit Whitney Pier. I simply had it up to here with using love like that. Once upon a time, folks knew what was meant by I love you. The words were magic. Nowadays we love shampoos. We even love our barbecues. It is also tragic. We need a new word for love. The old one's less than clear. It's used for every feeling now except disgust and fear. I'd love to swim, I'd love the soaps, I'd love to read my horoscopes. We have to be linguistic dopes to be so insincere. So I'll keep searching, ever wary, hoping that some dictionary adds to my vocabulary, so new that I do. But till the day I find the word, I'm sorry, but you won't have heard. He utters something so absurd that, darling, I love you. Not here in the hotel lobby.
Oh, well then I'm in my room.
We better not. Sam might be lurking around.
To hell with Sam! Are you coming or not?
I'd really like to, but...
Fine, fine. All right. Well, I'll see you tomorrow then. Maybe.
Emily!
Oh, for goodness sakes, Ethel. We're grown adults, not children. If we want to go out to a nightclub, who's to stop us? Oh my goodness. Look who it is.
I don't know. Who is it?
It's Rory Tempest, that's who. He used to be on the same bill with Cliff Richard, though he never became quite that famous. I didn't know he was still alive.
I'd say just barely.
I've got to go say hello to him and maybe get an autograph. Excuse me, Mr. Tempest.
Hi there, bud. What's shut?
Well, I just had to come and tell you how much pleasure that I, as a 16-year-old girl in Toronto, got from listening to your rock and roll version of Mary Had a Little Lamb.
Oh, you'll remember that one? Oh, one of my biggest hits. Shot right up the charts to number 210. September.
Oh, way back then, huh? And you're still performing?
Well, it's driving a lorry, which is what I started doing in 1964. You know, I still got a fight against the Beatles.
Well, sorry about that, but I'm Connie, and this is my friend Ethel.
Oh, please don't mind the acquaintance of two such good young girls. Such a nice accent I am. Well, you know, I thought so, but how'd you like to hear a number?
Like 13 or maybe 7.
He means a song. And yes, we'd be tickled pink me.
Well, hold on to your knickers, because I'd like just a second. Rock and roll, we'll never get old, not as long as I'm around. As long as there's a girl to hold, and my guitar can make this sound. Rock and roll, we'll never go gray, not as long as I can help it. As long as there's a song to sing, I'll try my best to yell it. You ain't nothing but a hound dog. Now you could forget that line. And I'm in heaven when I live. You're 16, you're beautiful and you're mine. Rock and roll, we'll never hold on as long as hips will swivel. Don't let the thoughts ignore the swears and say that all the words are true. No, rock and roll will never die, and neither this I swear will I, and neither this I swear will
Well, this is just a bit short.
Well, yeah, I'm 76 years old. So, whatever, two
We're on a tour of several European countries. It was organized by the senior center we belong to. We're staying at that hotel just down the street.
Oh, I know that hotel. And you have my sympathy. So, tell you what, why don't you join me over at the bar and I'll buy you both a pointing or two. Or maybe three.
Oh, honey, I don't think we should do this. We're supposed to be up really early for our flight to Paris.
Don't be such an old book, Bethel. This is just the kind of adventure we came looking for. I'll see you at the bar.
Here we all are, all from same friends that we were taught. Hello, bonjour, enchanté, hunting in the phrase books that we love. Walk a bit, talk a bit, slowing down the clock a bit, staring at the famous landmarks here. Walk a bit, look a bit, reading from the book a bit, looking up the French for souvenirs. I must say, Connie, you and Ethel look positively ill. Was it one of the tortillas we had for breakfast?
Oh, no. We're just a bit tired, that's all. We're not as young as we once were.
That's what I kept trying to tell you last night when we were playing severe in front of us.
What is that?
Nothing. But do you think we could possibly stop for some coffee?
It's a bit, on the Marseille is a bit, take a little stroll along the Seine. Walk a bit, stop a bit, maybe even chop a bit, then a minute later we're off again.
Miss Caldwell, I was wondering if the people in Paris, France, how do you call it to see? Being Paris?
Well, if you really want to know, Sam, I'd suggest you call and talk to those two young men over there, the ones holding hands.
Here we all are, excited, going to the top of the Eiffel Tower. Just when we're getting all delighted, that's when we're caught in a thunder shower. Run a bit, dash a bit, jump a bit, splash a bit, ready for the nearest spot that's dry. Run a bit, dash a bit, let the thunder crash a bit, getting out from under Paris skies.
I think you probably remember that I did suggest that we bring umbrellas today.
Well, I wasn't expecting London weather in Paris.
It's the European Union. They share everything.
Can I ask if we're having fun this evening?
Well, I don't know if a pleasant evening of quietness in the hotel qualifies as fun.
Ah, my folks, you are here. Are you enjoying it?
No.
Oh yes, we're having a pleasant afternoon of quietness, watching it rain.
I am overwhelmed to hear this. I too have one good news. I have made a change in our schedule of activities for today. Tonight, we are all going to the theater to see a famous play of France. It's called Cyrano Burger. Perhaps you have heard of it?
Oh, yes, it's a wonderful play and very romantic.
I have, of course, read the play, but not all of our seniors understand French very well.
I am to assure you, Senor, that the drama is in translation.
Oh, that's perfect.
Oh, it's a good thing somebody reminds us that you could see by the look on his face that he forgot something. That is not all. I have, tonight, we are going to also have the honor of being invited to the embassy of your country.
Oh, that's marvelous, Jose. How did you arrange all of this?
Come on, everyone. It stopped raining, and we want to get to the Louvre this afternoon.
Oh, we're actually going to see the Mona Lisa.
You know the two young women who live next door to that home are called Mona and Lisa.
But they have extreme smiles and thousands of people come to stare at them every day.
They have beautiful, beautiful smiles. They have a few men to come visit them every night.
Miss Caldwell, this is not turning out to be a fun evening.
Oh, I guess you didn't enjoy the play all that much.
Well, the whole thing was in Spanish.
Yes, that was unfortunate. But here we are at an embassy party celebrating the cultural community, the Canadian cultural community of Paris. Well, isn't this exciting?
I've had cribbage games that had more thrills than this.
Well, look, why don't you and the others go and see if you can find some of that delicious smoked salmon?
No sign of Jose anywhere, but look at whom I ran into on the way in.
Stephen Luchinsky, I don't believe it!
The very same. When your photograph's on the back cover of all your books, it's hard to go unrecognized.
Oh, Mr. Luchinsky, it's so exciting to meet you like this. I've read every one of your novels, and I can't tell you how much I've enjoyed them.
Then please don't, Miss. Miss
Caldwell, Emily Caldwell.
Miss Caldwell, no, it's very gratifying to hear nice things said about Miss Wood. But I would rather hear more about the most attractive woman in the room.
Oh, well, there's nothing special about me.
Oh, don't believe it, dear lady. But perhaps I was being too direct, too European in my manner. Let's see how the Canadians say it. Hey there, glad to meet you. Haven't I seen you down at Timmy's a few times?
Now you're making fun of me.
Oh, not at all, dear lady. I was just making a little joke at the expense of my home life. Please say you're not angry.
I'm not angry. And I did want to tell you how much I enjoyed making love behind the curling rink.
What did you say, Emily?
Oh, you read that one? Yes, I think that might be my best one yet. But of course I've had a lot of experience.
13 novels and 72 short stories.
I see you even read the covers. Yes, I think I've got the formula pretty well down to pat right now.
The formula?
Yes, the formula for turning out best-selling Canadian novels based on ordinary people living in Canada. That is my specialty.
But you've been living in Paris for the last 18 years.
In order to write the great Canadian novel, one doesn't need to actually have lived in Canada. One simply has to grow up there. Listen, and I'll explain. Of any occupation a man might choose to do, the most portable vocation that can still make him well-to-do is growing up Halifax, sorry, in lower tax, writing about my rundown north end neighborhood gives me enough for a very good livelihood. How do I do it, you ask, since you're curious? First I remember those days less luxurious, growing up fast in conditions laborious, for good novel plots that is hardly injurious. Next I remember those neighborhood nutcases, colorful scoundrels, light-hearted scapegraces. These are the folks that my readers appreciate. And being so, well then why should I deviate? Then I select one of thousands of stories told over and over by aunts who were very old. Over the years, all these stories anecdotes gave me the plots for the best-selling books I wrote. Shuffle the characters into a storyline, and some romance keep the sexy bits borderline. Throw in some words of the naughty for a better guide. My sort of novel could not have a better kind. That's how I do it, and yes, I have fun with it. Hitting the night spots and clubs when I'm done with it. Living quite comfortably, thanks to my royalties. They're more important than national loyalties. Everyone's happy, both me and my readership. Just don't look my way for cultural leadership. Nothing could make me return home and settle down. Give me the Governor General's medal now. Yeah.
You know, you're not at all like I thought you'd be.
You know that I find that you are more interesting than any of the other folks in this stuffy, boring argument. What do you say to a night on the town?
No, I'm afraid that wouldn't be possible. We are guiding a tour, and we have all these seniors that we have to get back to our hotel.
Well, bring them along. How about it? Would you fancy a night of seeing some of the livelier spots in Paris?
Oh, we ever.
There you are. Democracy at work. Get us out of here seems to be the prevailing thought.
Yeah.
Perhaps if you agree to give us your opinion of various Canadian authors.
Better than that, I will give you my very, very strong opinion of various Canadian publishers. Shall we go?
Now, Emily, I don't think that would be prudent.
Prudence is the name of my great aunt in Bridgewater. I never liked her. Lead on, Stefan.
That's how I do it, and yes, I have fun with it. Hitting the nice spots and clubs when he's done with it. Living on royalty sent from Ontario. Don't you agree that's a perfect scenario?
So, there you are.
Ah, Senor Wellington, how pleasing to see you. Have you enjoyed the evening?
No, I have not had an enjoyable evening, since I spent most of it looking all over Paris for you, and then
But Valley, she is so lovely, so romantic.
Well, that romantic is the best term to describe this city. Do you know that I was propositioned 3 times trying to get a taxi?
No, what they say about these rich people.
Did I say they were women? One of them was a taxi driver. And now I can't find Emily and the Spencer House seniors. Are they here?
I do not think so.
I'm going upstairs to check. Have you checked upstairs?
No. Oh, well, you're going to where? To your room?
Yes. Where else would I go?
I have to tell you. You're just a small problem with the country. Nothing serious. Just a minorly. But your rooms are a little bit, how do you say, flooded? It is not a serious problem, Senor. I have a cousin who's
And I have a cousin who's an undertaker. Get your hands off me! Emily!
Goodness knows which will stay.
So you had a good time?
And there was entertainment.
We went to a whole bunch of nightclubs.
And we saw a big gator.
Whoa!
And you know, afterwards, we got to ride in a Parisian police car.
I managed to fix that leak, no thanks. Oh, so here you are. Where have you been?
We've been exploring a variety of cultural landmarks.
Where we were for French music and French dance.
And French girls.
And where, may I ask, is Miss Caldwell?
She was with us till the police showed up. But don't worry, Mr. Nuczynski said he'd bring her back to the hotel.
Anyone looking for me?
I mean, Miss Caldwell. Can I speak to you in private, please?
Oh, why, certainly, Mr. Huntington. I'm going up to my room. Would that be private enough?
Oh! It's time we all went up to our rooms and got a good night's sleep. Right? Right?
Why would we go to sleep? We're not tired.
That's right, let's have a party.
No, my dear friends. The hotel manager thinks you will.
Ah, come on, Jose, you can fix it with a pendulum.
I misunderstand you.
Oh, come on, Jose. He's got to be another of your cousins or something.
But as a matter of fact, everyone related to this tour seems to be one of your relatives.
Okay. So I am giving my family a helping finger.
Jose, I think it's a helping hand.
Well, anyway, Jose, just how many relatives do you have?
So many. I think they drive me crazy sometimes. So many I want to tear every bit of hair out of my head. You don't believe me? Well, I will tell you. Everything in life is relative. Sisters are 11, everyone depending on their brother. By the dozens, and their hungry mouths must all be fed in one way or another. Everything in life is relative. The ancient custom is in my country to keep your family loyalty, to let some cousin starve would be a sin. So to be a good, respectful son, I must be sure that every one of all these poor relations has some money coming in. Everything in life is relative. And so for everyone I find some work, perhaps a waiter or a clerk. It's my great responsibility. I do everything a person could out looking for my family's good but confident. It is true, CC. Sometimes an orphan's life looks pretty good to me. An orphan's life looks pretty good to me. CC!
This must be the 10th time the bus has broken down.
It is the 10th time. Our seniors have been keeping track. They've even started a pool to guess how many times we break down before we go home.
Oh, going home.
Come on.
How I long for that day.
Only 10 kilometers to go.
Well, I think we can guess who picked number 10 in the pool.
About going home, I just... Sam, you're so kind.
You're so nice, Emily.
You're so
You're very cool. Maybe we can stop for a moment. You think we can stop for a while?
Can't be tired already. We just had a rest at the bottom of the hill.
This is turning into a walking tour of Europe.
Why couldn't we have left their suitcases on the bus?
Oh, yes, and have them auctioned off in some local village by Jose and his relatives? No thanks.
Oh, come on, everyone. It's not that bad. Well, it's not raining.
Oh, well, I guess there's no denying it. We are having an adventure.
And tell us where we're going. We still don't know where we've been. Blisters on our feet are growing. It's been days since we Even though our pace is slowing, even though we're less than keen, our adrenaline starts flowing when we think of all we've seen. It's on the bar from the chief of police, whole cities in ruins and strange foreign doings,
Spikes on the lasers of different heats.
new statues of heroes and money that's heroes, and then and farming for free and the peace. When there's all this to see, why where else could we be but in England, France, Germany, Italy, Greece? Huge mansions and castles, incredible hassles, with customs officials who search us for drugs. Hotels where the bedroom has so little headroom, there's simply no room for us and the bugs. But like British bodies and dim hotel lobbies, the girls hanging round in the shell and lilies. When there's all this to see, why where else could we be but in England, France, Germany, Italy, Greece? But we wouldn't have missed the old world for the world. Though at certain times these foreign climes can really get you down. No, we wouldn't have missed the old world for the world. For there's nothing like it back in our hometown. The Alps are all mountains and Rome is all fountains, and Athens a Parthenon sits on a hill. On the French Riviera, the women all American put on their bodies.
I think that that's still.
So we wouldn't have missed the whole world for the world. Though at certain times these foreign climes can really get you down. No, we wouldn't have missed the whole world for the world. 'Cause there's nothing like it back in our hometown.
Oh, it's Jose, and he's got the bus working.
Come on, everybody, back on board.
Yeah.
When they all come to see why we're out here keep driving.
Yes.
Emily, my dear, I can't tell you how gratified I am that you made it all the way to Athens. And as I promised, I've been waiting for you.
Well, I still can't quite believe this. You suggesting that we meet in Greece is something that only happens to a woman in a Harvard romance.
Well, maybe I should consider writing one. But seriously, though, what about the thing that I also asked you about the other proposal?
Flying off to the Greek islands with you. Well, I'm not so sure that's a proposal